Hey everyone, I'm Brandy Sales. I am the video producer for Karen Coffey and the Making Agents Wealthy team.
Hi guys, I am Stephanie Lamson and I am the behind the scenes client support specialist here at Karen Coffee Coaching and the Making Agents Wealthy team.
And we are so excited to be here today. Karen is practicing some self-care and she asked us to do this week's Facebook Live. Now, why on earth would she ask us, Stephanie? I have this funny feeling it's because she wants us to really dive into talking about being working parents during this unique time that we're going through and finding some balance in our lives. And I think a lot of what goes on in our program, we actually pull from to help stabilize our own lives. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's kind of talk about what's going on right now. I know, I feel like so many bad, or maybe not bad, but hard habits to break are happening right now.
Yep.
There's you sit on the couch and watch Netflix. I mean, maybe you're out there trying to watch all of Netflix. I don't know. That's out there. And maybe you're trying to figure out, how am I going to homeschool? How am I going to find buyers and sellers? How am I going to make sure my kid stops having a nervous breakdown?
Oh
How
yeah.
am I not going to have a nervous breakdown? I mean, what's going on with you? You have a 8-month old, right?
Yep, she's 8 months old, almost 9 months old, and my husband is also working from home. He's a news anchor, so it's that balance of trying to, work my business, take care of myself, make sure my family's still functioning, and taking care of an 8-month-old all at the same time, and waking up without that overwhelming anxiety. So like you said, it's definitely a crazy unique time right now, and while we're trying to focus on ourselves, we're also trying to run our businesses every day.
Right. And let's just dig into that just a little bit before
Yeah.
we're going to give you some tips. Don't worry. We got tips for you. But let me just dig into that for a second, though. I mean, you're feeling that pressure just to still perform at your job, and especially if you own a business, as all of you do that are listening to this Facebook Live right now, you're feeling the pressure of just trying to figure it all out. And
Hmm.
I'm guessing you have some overwhelm, and I'm guessing you're feeling stuck. Are you that agent who's just sitting there saying, I'm just going to wait until this is over because it's too hard? Or are you leaning in and trying to make this happen? That's my question for you. Which agent are you? Let us know in the comments below. I'm going to tell you, I can't multitask. I'm not really good at reading comments
Me neither.
and talking on Facebook Live, but I will respond to you. But what kind of agent are you? Are you leaning in and saying, I'm going to figure this out and get through this? Or what are you feeling? Are you feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, stuck, kind of crazy? Which one are you? That's my question for you. Do you have anything to add to that, Stephanie?
No, I think that's perfect because especially right now, my one big thing is like when I go to bed at night, I want to lay my head down and know that I did everything I could that day. So for me, I want to be the person that shows up every single day. I don't want to be the person that's waiting for all of this to pass. So like Brandy said, share in the comments what you think, but we want to be the people that are making sure we show up every single day to be there for our business.
Absolutely. So I'm guessing if you tuned into this Facebook Live, you maybe want some tips. And you know what? For me, I am going to trust the woman with an 8-month-old when it comes to giving me tips about self-care and work-life balance. So Stephanie, I'll chime in when I can, but take it away.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, you've been through this stage. You're thankfully past the 8-month stage, but here I am trying to figure out how to take care of myself, how to run a business, and also be there for my family and my 8-month-old. So my number one tip is definitely self-care. Now, everyone's version of self-care is completely different, but I find that if you can spend just 30 minutes taking care of yourself every single day, then not only are you setting yourself up for success, but you're making sure that you're then able to serve others. So for me, my 30 minutes is coming down into this little office space of mine every single morning before my daughter wakes up, about an hour and a half. And it's, focusing on my mindset, reading a little bit of personal development, and then a 30-minute workout because I love to sweat it out. Now, not everyone loves that version of self-care. Some people want to go for a walk, want to read a book, want to maybe just take a warm bath, maybe do a little at-home manicure, pedicure. It doesn't matter what that form of self-care is, but for me, it's in this office and it's just 30 minutes to be able to work out and center myself before the rest of my day begins.
I love that. I love that. And I'm going to call that schedule blocking. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. So for me, that's called schedule blocking. You know, set that time that you're going to perform self-care or practice self-care, I could say. I mean, I know I joked about watching all of Netflix, but in all honesty, set the amount of time. If that's what you want to do for self-care, don't watch Netflix for 12 hours. Watch it for an hour, or just say, I'm going to watch one show. For me personally, I got 2 times during the day that I practice self-care. In the morning, I get up and I make a French press coffee and I sit and watch news from around the country. I'm a news junkie. I love news. And then at night, I actually, to hold my own self accountable, I started doing virtual workouts where I host friends that I have all over the country and we box together. And that's just my thing. I look forward to it every single night at 7 p.m. We all get together and we box together. And that's just one way that I keep myself sane and balanced.
Yep.
And it's something to look forward to. So I love that. Schedule blocking, or as you would say, self-care. Just self-care to schedule blocking.
Absolutely. And I love how you say schedule blocking, because that kind of leads me into tip number 2, which is staying organized. So for me, staying organized, I know a lot of people love to use like a Google Calendar or an app on their phone or something. For me, I have to have that written planner. I need to be able to sit down, write out what I'm doing for the day, mark down my priorities, activities I know I have to show up for, activities that for most of you are the ones that are going to move your business forward. So I like to block those off, a little bit of schedule blocking, and put those on my calendar first. For me, again, I like that written thing because I like to be able to cross it off and say, okay, I did that for the day. I did that for the day. And then I'll always leave a little time for a couple other activities if I have time for them. But I'm making sure I'm sitting down and that my priorities are getting done first. Because again, if you're running through those priorities first, then you're doing the things that are most important to your business, that are most important to moving your business forward, so that you're kind of steering away from that sense of overwhelm and anxiety that is especially occurring right now. Wouldn't you agree?
I would totally agree. And I love the sense of organization. And for me, I organize myself through rewards. Basically, when I commit to, I'm going to do 2 weeks in a row of boxing. And then I commit myself to getting a reward for that. It might be like coffee with almond milk in it instead of a black coffee. And then I always commit to, after boxing 30 days in a row, I'm going to eat a really nice meal out, and it's not going to be salad. So for me, I stay organized through a reward system. But I love that. Yeah, organize your self-care. See, this is why I trust the woman with an 8-month-old, because I feel like, you have to structure your life.
Yeah, I definitely do. But I do love the reward system too. For me, it's like when I'm done like 30 days of a workout program, I like to buy myself like a new workout outfit or something like that. So I'm definitely all about the reward system as well. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is definitely setting boundaries and balancing life, because again, right now we're between, trying to homeschool the kids, trying to run your business, all while still trying to do all those chores around the house. So you can definitely get overwhelmed and wake up every single morning with that, oh my God, there is so much to do today. Where do I start? Which is kind of where tip number 2 comes into play with the schedule blocking and staying organized. So there's this sense of needing to separate the two. And with working from home, because everything is under one roof, it's really important to set this into place. So for me, what does that look like? I sit down here at my desk, and this is where my work gets done. And when I'm done for the day, I'm closing up my computer, I'm putting my notebooks away, and I'm moving on to mom mode, family life, and doing things that bring me joy rather than always sitting in front of my computer and working. So my computer later on in the day, it doesn't come into the living room with me where I maybe want to watch TV with my family. It doesn't come into the kitchen with me where I maybe will be cooking with them later, because I want to be sure that I'm present in the exact moment I'm in. And that's the only way that you're going to be able to balance life. Otherwise, you get into this sense of go, 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 which leads to burnout, which leads to anxiety, which leads to the overwhelm, which so many people are experiencing right now. And again, because we're doing everything under one roof, it's so important to just find a way to separate your two lives.
Right? It's so true. I mean, and it's interesting because I kind of work in the opposite, with a sense of I set boundaries during the day. Where if my office door is closed, my kids know not to come in. Otherwise, I'd be interrupted all day long.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing? Oh, that looks really fun. Can I touch that? Can I push this button? No, you cannot. Oh, you're on a call? Hi. Like, I've set that boundary of, if I shut the door, daddy's not available right now. And but it's still, it all works with each other though. I mean, that schedule blocking, I have to work with my wife to make sure we are totally scheduled to make sure all of this can happen. And even for me, that reward system, it goes beyond just me. I take that reward system to my family as well, and we create our own reward system if we can stay organized for that entire week, which we totally do typically. And that creates some fun around this too, to help with some of that overwhelm and to help with some of that frustration that you're feeling right now. I mean, that it's hard, but there are ways around it. So let me just recap to make sure I got this right. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm cool with that. So the first thing you say is you need to schedule, block your self-care, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cool. Second thing you need to do is organize your self-care, maybe with a reward system.
Absolutely.
And the last piece is you need to set boundaries
Mm-hmm.
in order to achieve success with self-care. Is that correct?
Absolutely. You nailed it.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, there's something that you definitely didn't hear us say. We never said you need to set goals. And there's a reason for that. In the Making Agents Wealthy program, we believe that you need to be committed. Not necessarily set goals for things. You need to commit. And as an entire team, we are committed to helping our agents make more money, find more time to do the things that you love and be around the people that you love, and to create an impact on the world. And the reason why that isn't necessarily happening for people, there's two reasons actually, because you don't commit and you're not loving yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a hard journey, because once you do start that self-care and setting boundaries for yourself, things happen. And that's what we see in the program, day in and day out. I mean, Stephanie, you can probably attest to that more than I can.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all about showing up for yourself and taking care of yourself, giving yourself grace during this time, and knowing not everything's going to get done. But if you can show up for yourself and be the best version of you, then you're able to better serve others, especially right now.
That is so true. So true. And, I'm going to say, if you are ready to love yourself, and if you're ready to love your business, we gave you 3 great tips. But our team, like I said, is committed to making sure that you love yourself and to make sure that you love your business. If you're ready to feel that, then we're inviting you to go to KarenCoffey.com/Making Agents Wealthy, where you can watch a mastermind class by Karen and start on your journey of loving yourself more and loving your business. Is there anything else that you want to add, Stephanie?
I think you absolutely nailed it. Head over to that master class and you guys can start learning to love yourself today if it's an area you are struggling in with right now.
Hang in there. We're going to get through this together. And,
yes, we are.
And take care. We'll see you soon.
Bye.